Reason number 1076 that I don't do Airbnbs. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about this ridiculous story of an Airbnb, I guess you would say, tenant refusing to leave the property after her time was done. Basically, this person became a squatter in a woman's house. Now, I would never be an Airbnb host for that particular reason right there. I don't want no squatter coming in talking about, I ain't going nowhere, what you gonna do, call the police, what they gonna, I don't want that. And also, I don't like staying at Airbnbs because it's no amenities really. I mean, unless you got a really good one. I mean, I want a whole wait staff, I want maids, I want butlers, I want all of that. I want the dude at the door is gonna open it and close it. I want gates, security. That's why I prefer hotels and resorts and things of that nature. They have all that right there. In an Airbnb, especially in the city, you're like in somebody's hood. You don't know where you are half the time, but I digress. Let's get into this video. This is on Facebook. I'll link to it in the description. But this woman is going to tell you the horrifying story, her reality she's dealing with right now of a person refusing to leave her house. Let's check it out.
Y'all, don't trust no Airbnbs, okay? So, I can't even talk right now. I'm so pissed off. I didn't even know this happened.
Well, there is an accent here, so, and there's subtitles if you can't necessarily understand what she's saying. But I'll stop it at certain points to kind of break down the general gist of what's happening from my point of view.
It's real. It's really going on. I call myself trying to find a way pay off my mortgage a little better, a little quicker or whatever. So I put this ad out or whatever saying I was looking for someone to sublease one of the rooms in my house or whatever. It was going to be supposed to be like this real smooth transaction, whatever.
See, now Airbnb and subleasing is a little bit different. Airbnb, they should have the whole house, right? And it's you know, it's certain terms and conditions, and you got to go through the app and all kind of stuff of that nature. But if you want to do a sublet where someone is renting a room from you, that's a whole different situation. Now you have a tenant in your house. That's kind of what I'm picking up on so far.
Whenever I went on vacation or whatever, the person was supposed to be gone 3 days prior to my return. So I'm talking to my housekeeper or whatever, XYZ. She's like, yo, that person is still here in your house. What do you mean they're still in my house? They're supposed to be gone. So when I get back and touch down in the city, this is still here in my house, okay? Refusing to leave.
And wait for it. Wait for it.
So I didn't know what to do. I'm used to this. So I go down and I do
Look. That's all right there.
There you go, y'all. Straight to the kitchen.
Yeah, straight to the kitchen. Big fat, don't care. Now, this is, I think, a lot of people that sublet, this is their worst nightmare. A tenant that's refusing to leave, or Airbnb person refusing to leave. That's a problem. And you're going to see why this is something that she is having a hard time dealing with. Why she's talking about the person, why they sit right there, going to the kitchen, getting snacks and being fat.
I ain't going nowhere. So deal with it.
I ain't going nowhere, so deal with it. That's what she said to the actual homeowner.
On top of her ass just intruded into my home, she disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I've been trying to do the right way. I done went down there and got the all the paperwork that I need to do to get her ass evicted out my house, whatever. But that shit is a process. I have to go through protocols and all the other stupid legal blase bull.
So basically, she had to go down to City Hall and get her evicted properly. She can't just say, okay, get out, because now you're dealing with some legal stuff. This is something that people do a lot when they squat in unoccupied homes that are still owned by somebody. They do that a lot.
And then I just got the police just left my house, and I'm like, get this out my house. They're like, oh, she's a tenant now. She's a tenant. There's nothing. You and the police, okay?
My door. That's all I know.
Your door. This is my house. How about you get the out of my house? How about that's what you do? How about you get the out of my house? How about you get the out of my house? How about you get?
So let it be a warning before we continue. Let it be a warning. If you're going to try to, have somebody come stay at your crib and sublet or whatever, be careful because this can happen depending upon where you are and the laws in your state. You can't just be like, all right, get out, because if they're classified as a tenant, there's a legal process you got to go through, especially with the whole, and it was worse during the whole scamdemic because of the eviction moratorium. You couldn't even get nobody evicted. So if you were in a situation right here, you're pretty much out of luck. And I don't know when this was filmed. I've seen it recently, but it could have been during this pandemic where you couldn't even evict anybody. Although they're not necessarily technically a tenant, they are in the eyes of the law, depending upon where you live and the laws in your state.
Slam the door. Shit, shit. Excuse me. Excuse me. You can record all you want. All you want, but I ain't going nowhere, okay? So deal with it. This is what I'm dealing with, y'all. I'm Airbnb. So don't trust it. Don't do that. Make sure you know exactly who the you let into your house, because it is some freeloading motherfuckers who would just use you.
Man, that's tense. I mean, really, somebody got to go. If I'm the landlord, I'm out, because I can't be in a situation, because at a certain point, if this was two men, it had already been a fight already, and them they probably would end up fighting too. And depending upon where you are, somebody might call somebody with something and come by the house and say something to the squatter or the quote unquote tenant, and it might not end well.
Out my house, and then I call the goddamn police. And, oh, she's a tenant. She's a tenant. This is not no tenant in my house. What you mean? This is supposed to goddamn be gone. That's what she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be gone. The fuck? Is this?
Call the police. Call the police, because I ain't going nowhere. Don't touch that door, or I'm calling the police on you, and they're gonna arrest you.
Call it.
And she might be right, depending upon, again, the laws in your state. They could be very anti-homeowner if you are a person that rents or sublets. I've seen some horror stories. Like, this is kind of mild. I've seen people having their whole home destroyed. I'm talking about from the top to the bottom. Water damage, fire, all of that from an unruly tenant. So this is why on the Airbnb, they're very cautious who they let into their home. Very cautious. You got to be. It might even be considered racist, depending upon, how they vet. But can you blame them?
Are you smoking in my house?
Airbnb, apparently she said she's Airbnb. It didn't sound that way. It's not kind of a sublet of a room, but she said it was Airbnb and she was supposed to be there at a certain time and then out at a certain time, and it didn't end that way. And she just sat in the squat trying to use some legalese, and now she is classified as a tenant, and there's certain rights you got to go through. Like I said, during the scamdemic, there was an eviction moratorium. You cannot evict anybody. So they could be in your house, smoking crack, meth, whatever they want, not paying no rent. And the craziest thing I saw was one story where the person destroyed the home after they were evicted legally, but they were working the whole time. So it wasn't even like this whole, I got a hardship, it's the virus, and I don't have it. They worked the whole time, and they had several adults living there with her. So let me get this straight. You work, you got a Benz sitting outside. That didn't get repo. You paying a note on that. You work, you got a Benz outside. You have a good job, but you can't pay rent. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 adults in the house with you, including like your son and the baby in the basement. Just ridiculous stuff, man. As I close, I want to say this. People, just live right. Live right. Don't do stuff like that. Don't squat in somebody's home, first. And second, if you're a landlord or you want to do Airbnb, something like that, be careful. Know the laws of your state. Protect yourself. Vet who you allow into your home, because even if they weren't necessarily like going to squat, it could have been something else. They could sell drugs in your house. I've seen cases where they cooked meth in the Airbnb. They rented the house, cooked meth, destroyed it, and bounced straight back to Mexico. That's how they operate. So be careful. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about this whole situation of the squatter and the landlord and Airbnb and the police and what they said? Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at with it. I don't like Airbnb for a variety of reasons, but the main reason I would never host is because of some stuff like that. I don't want that to be going on. Okay, that's number one. But number two, I don't like staying at Airbnbs because you like crashing at somebody's house, you know, especially in the city. Now, if you're in a log cabin in the mountains somewhere, that's different, obviously. But just, 123 Main Street in who knows whereville, USA? No, I'm cool. I'll stay at the hotel down the street. Give me a Westin or Hilton, something, give me a nice hotel. Let me stay there. Give me nice staff. They come refresh my sheets and my towels and my soaps and all that good stuff. That's what I want. Parking garage. I don't want to be in the hood. I come outside, my car done got broke into. They trying to knock on my door in the middle of the night talking about where's Pookie and Ray Ray. I don't have time for that. Give me a nice hotel, nice staff, amenities, without all the extra Airbnb drama. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.